Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Taaza. With me today I have Dhawal from Couch Pundit Sports and we are doing the live watch along of RCB versus CSK. So Dhawal, पहली innings हो गई है. Are you happy with RCB's total on the board?
I mean, is RCB happy with RCB's total on the board? Like Virat Kohli with 30 of 33 balls, what is happening? क्या कर रहा है वो? कभी मारेगा वो जल्दी जल्दी रन्स और लेंगे क्या उसको इंडियन टीम में? यही
देखिए
सब
इंडियन
सवाल
टीम में तो
रहते हैं
उनकी जगह
हमेशा
पक्की
विराट कोहली
ही है
के आगे तो
मतलब
बढ़ते ही नहीं हम लोग.
इंडियन टीम में नो वन कैन ड्रॉप है
बोल
उनकी
बोल.
जगह पक्की ही है उस बात को लेके तो मैं डाउट नहीं बोलूंगा.
Hmm.
पर आज भी इफ यू लुक एट विराट
Really?
कोहलीज
You think
इनिंग्स
so?
मतलब
You
of
think so?
33,
You think
32.
Virat Kohli is a shoe-in for the Indian team right now on current form with all the
See, not on form,
people
on
that are
stature,
around him?
yes. Form पे नहीं बोलूंगा, only on stature
What do you
बोलूंगा.
think?
And his past records and the
Uh-huh.
name value he has. तो अगर फॉर्म पे होंगे तो ड्रॉप हो जाएंगे बट यू कैन नॉट डू दैट लाइक एनी वन इंडियन टीम रोहित शर्मा बीसीसीआई वो कर नहीं सकते तो दैट इज श्योरली वन कंसर्न.
Hmm.
अदरवाइज मतलब टुडे बट
Hmm.
आरसीबी का अगर मैं पॉजिटिव बोलूँ पहली बार गुड पावर प्ले स्कोर टुडे दे हैड अ 57 फॉर 0 आफ्टर 6 ओवर्स जिसमें विराट कोहली का इतना कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं था. ही डिड प्ले आउट अ फ्यू बॉल्स. ऐसा नहीं कि पहली बॉल पे गोल्डन डक पे आउट हुए या दो तीन बॉल में आउट हो गए थे वहाँ पे स्पेंड सम टाइम बट लास्ट इनिंग्स भी 50 एट अ वेरी लो स्ट्राइक रेट. तो क्या लग रहा है इन सब के बारे में?
यार देखो यार, like Virat Kohli na is a great batter, no doubt. But you know, when you are out of form, you're out of form, and you just have to accept that. And either you get back into form, or you take some time off and figure shit out, and then come back. Because it's been a while now, he's not back in form.
Yes.
I guess in 20 cricket, he's been up and down this whole IPL season. So
बट सोल्यूशन क्या
it's
लग रहा है आपको यार मतलब प्रॉब्लम सबको
यार
दिख रही
एक
है
दो
आपको
मैच
दिख
मत
रही है
खेल
मुझे
ना.
दिख रही है.
लाइक चिल मार, कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा. एनी टाइम ही डिसाइड्स टू कम बैक, he walks into any team, right? Whether it be
Yeah.
the Indian team or Bangalore. So I don't see any reason why he can't take a break and say कि, okay, you know what, for one
और आप कह रहे
like
हो
two
लास्ट
games.
मैच 50 के बाद भी ही स्टिल नीड्स अ ब्रेक.
Yeah, right. 50. He's playing in ODI innings in T20 cricket. Uh,
बट 2023 ओडीआई वर्ल्ड कप है अच्छी प्रैक्टिस हो रही है दिक्कत क्या है?
हाँ, so then we play him in 2023 only. No, then don't play him. But thing is, going to play him everything. He's going to play in every tournament, and that's no doubt. Like I'm a fan of this guy. I just don't like to see him fail. That's the whole thing. Because I'm a fan, I don't want to see him fail.
एंड आई एम श्योर ही हिमसेल्फ वांट्स टू गेट ऑन द फील्ड परफॉर्म जैसे आज सिराज ने बोला. सिराज कोहली वर रिटेन फॉर आरसीबी. सिराज ने भी बोला स्टार्ट मैच से पहले कि ही इज नॉट येट परफॉर्म जो उनसे एक्सपेक्टेशंस है और खुद की जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस है.
Yeah,
सो
no doubt.
कमिंग टू द करंट स्कोर
But ये
आफ्टर 4
हम लोग
overs
कितने
CSK is
साल
25
बोल
for
रहे
0. Do you finally see CSK's opening
हैं.
partnership मतलब जो ओपनिंग पेयर्स हैं थोड़ा स्टेबल चलने वाले हैं बिकॉज सीएसके इस लास्ट मैच से पहले जिसमें 187 की ओपनिंग पार्टनरशिप थी हाईएस्ट ओपनिंग पार्टनरशिप फॉर सीएसके वाज 28 रन्स एंड नाउ दे हैव डिमोटेड रॉबिन उथप्पा. बट गायकवाड़ आज भी थोड़ा ठीक खेल रहे हैं. कॉनवे वाज ब्रॉट बैक. ही वाज ड्रॉप्ड आफ्टर द फर्स्ट गेम. सो यू हैप्पी विद सीएसके's करंट ओपनिंग पेयर?
I think it was a matter of time where Ruturaj Gaikwad started performing because we've seen him do this before. It was slightly surprising the consistent run of bad form having, but that's cricket, right? A batter will fail more than he succeeds. So I guess it's just on some level law of averages catching up, and it's better that it catches up early on in your career, and you get that shit out of the way, so that you know you can
पर जो आपने अभी बोला
better
then why is that
consistently throughout the
hatred
rest of
और
the.
मतलब why not that same extra leeway given to Virat Kohli?
यार व्हाट आर यू सेइंग? विराट को कितना लीवे दिया है वो लोग ने कि वो सालों से खेल रहा है. without I wouldn't say like, without any contribution. For sure, he's contributed to several games, several victories, no doubt. But it's just that, right? Okay, an average season for Virat Kohli is a great season for any other player. So when you
Yeah,
yourselves have set the standards so high, when you don't meet your own standards, people are just going to be like, "Bhai, kya kar raha hai?" You know what is going wrong? Something is going wrong. He doesn't. He what 2016, 17, 18. The performances that he gave were why we count him as a legend of the game already. And not being able to live up to those performances immediately after is what is shocking to everyone, right? कि इतना
yes,
मतलब fall from grace कैसे हो गया? And it's not just his
बिल्कुल.
batting, like it could be a host of other factors, no, like pressures that are outside of cricket that he might be bringing onto the field. So it could be a bunch of things, and maybe he just needs a break. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't know how he functions. Maybe he's one of those guys who'll be like, I'll hit myself out of this rut.
Correct. But do
So,
you still back himself to get back to form, or are
oh,
you fed up now?
100%. No, again, I am a huge fan of the guy and I want to see him succeed. I just don't want to see him go down like this, you know? Like, I feel at some point the rope will run out and they'll be people will be like, okay, you know what? You've gotten 3 years now, 4 years now, and you've not got back to your not even half of your original form. So maybe, you know. So I would rather that he goes out himself, figures it out, comes back.
Hmm.
But then again, I am not. I'm just like some guy who's talking on some YouTube channel. So मेरे को क्या पता?
Bilkul, but as fans, as Indian cricket fans, we are so invested in the game. Everyone likes having that opinion. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
आते हैं अब एक बार आरसीबी की बैटिंग पे. मतलब were you happy when Maxwell was sent at number 3 today? Because I think RCB hasn't done that. कभी
Hmm.
रजत पाटीदार को भेजा था लास्ट मैच, he did well. पर आज 7वें 8वें ओवर में विकेट गिरी, so they sent Maxwell ahead. वो रन आउट हो गया and we know Kohli is running and calling थोड़ा on off चल रही है. And that is again I think linked with this form. When you're not confident, your running is also not very confident. So, but were
Hmm.
you happy with the move that RCB actually wanted to attack the spinners and send Maxwell ahead?
I guess. I mean, I just fail to understand sometimes why you hold back certain players. Like even KKR with Russell.
Yeah,
Why don't you send him in the seventh, eighth over at one down, two down? Like, you know, why are certain players given certain those finishers always sent after the 12th over,
but now if
which
I ask you
RCB
the
have
same
been doing?
question for Dinesh Karthik for RCB, मतलब
Huh,
जब वो ऊपर आते हैं, when he sent before the 12th over, he has a very poor strike rate, very less average. When
huh.
if you see when he sent after the 15th over and RCB में वो finisher का ही रोल कर रहे हैं, तब दिनेश कार्तिक एक अलग बैट्समैन दिख रहे हैं and he is doing that role for RCB also. So how do you counter this?
No, so if you have got a guy to play only 20 balls per innings, कि तुमको उसको 20 बॉल से ज्यादा नहीं देना है.
Hmm.
Statistically, those guys are, you know, going to do well when they play only 20 balls every innings. And when they have that pressure, and when in the death, bowlers are also bowling certain lines and lengths, whereas in the
Yeah.
middle, bowlers are bowling different lines and lengths. I have no doubt if Dinesh Karthik were to change his role, he would succeed in this also. But if you are putting him in the mindset कि तू finisher है, but तू 8वें ओवर से जाके खेल, so he's going to play his game differently. He's training differently, right? To play that finisher's role when he's going to the nets, he'll be whacking balls instead of defending, instead of working the singles and the doubles. Just see ball, hit ball, different shots, innovation, this, that, and the other. So at that point, if you're like, listen, now you go and anchor the innings, he'll also be a little lost, or he'll anchor the innings, and then you'll be like, this is not as good as your strike rate at when you come in the 15th over. So, but when it comes to players like Maxwell and Russell, and to an extent Pollard, Hardik Pandya, these are the kinds of guys who, when they face 20 balls, they will score at a strike rate of 140. But if you give them like 45 balls, They'll score at a strike rate of 180, 190 types. They'll make it up. Give them time to settle. They might make it up. So I feel I was happy generally with Maxwell's move today, like RCB's move today, to send Maxwell up. But yeah,
Bilkul, let's look at some chat, and I'd like you to answer some of these questions. So, we on time? Yes, absolutely on time. Another fan is asking, आकाश कहाँ है? तो धवल आप ही जवाब दे पाओगे इसका?
I don't know, man. He's somewhere.
आपके
पड़ा
कुछ
हुआ
नए से रिप्लाई है, पता नहीं
है,
होगा कहीं
दारू
पे.
पी के कोई
सृष्टि
खटर में.
सिंह. Well, it's a
Yeah, these are people from
Wednesday.
my channel. What's up, guys? Yeah,
Yes,
it
Shrishti is
is
here.
Shishir, our
Bhavya
moderator on the
Patel is
channel.
here. भाई आज सीएसके की क्या
She's
फील्डिंग थी? उससे क्या जवाब देंगे आप?
वो यार ऑनेस्टली मैंने फर्स्ट इनिंग्स नहीं देखा मैं था. मैं आके स्कोर कार्ड पढ़ा और
हम्म.
सब देखा तो मे बी अच्छी फील्डिंग थी. बट क्या पता.
पर जिस टोन में ये
अभी
बोला गया है
तो
वो कह रहे हैं कि गंदी फील्डिंग हुई होगी कि एक जडेजा ने कैच छोड़ी है. आपने वो देखी नहीं देखी?
यार जडेजा कितने कैच छोड़ रहा है. Okay,
आज वाली
let's
थोड़ी
address
टफ
this.
थी.
Okay, let's address a couple of things that have happened in the cricketing world in the last 2 days. Okay, first, Ravindra Jadeja has come out and said मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है captaincy and he's
हम्म.
given it back to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. I have several thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on it?
सी, मुझे तो हमेशा से यही लगा कि धोनी वाज ओनली कॉलिंग द शॉट्स. तो मुझे कोई बहुत चेंज दिख नहीं रहा है. धोनी ने वैसे बोला कि पहले 2 मैच में गाइड कर रहा था, फिर मैं फ्री हैंड देना चाहता था. आई वांटेड जडेजा टू टेक द डिसीजन. मैं उससे सहमत नहीं हूँ. बट यू नीड टू लुक एट द फ्यूचर एज वेल. मतलब ये सीजन स्पेशली आफ्टर द फर्स्ट 8 मैचेस इज वेरी एप्ट फॉर सी एस के फ्यूचर देखने के लिए. तो अगर जडेजा खुद चाहते हैं कैप्टनसी छोड़ना, वो परफॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहे, प्रेशर है, अलग बात है. बट देन आई डोंट सी हिम बिकमिंग द कैप्टन नेक्स्ट ईयर ऑल्सो. अब उनका जो चांस था वो आपने खुद ही छोड़ दिया. तो अगर
Correct.
2023 में आप कहते हो कि धोनी रिटायर हो रहे हैं, वो मैनेजमेंट में आ रहे हैं बिकॉज ही सेड वो येलो जर्सी तो पहनेंगे, तो अगर
Huh?
मैनेजमेंट में आ रहे हैं तो मैं उनको अगले साल कैप्टन की तरह नहीं देखूंगा, कंसिडर भी नहीं करूंगा.
We don't know. We don't know if he's going to retire.
इट
See,
विल
धोनी
हैपन
वो
राइट.
कुछ भी
अगले साल
बोलता
नहीं तो
है कभी भी.
2024 में हो जाएगा.
हाँ.
मैं कह रहा हूँ अगले साल नहीं होगा. आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट हिम टू प्ले अनदर सीजन. तो मेरे हिसाब
You
से
don't?
ये लास्ट सीजन है धोनी का.
Okay.
व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन?
It's Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Other than him, I don't think anybody knows whether or not he's going to play the next season. Would I like to see him play another season? Yes, of course. I would like. See, we are fans of the game. Okay, and a lot of people consider कि we are at least on my channel कि हम लोग एक कैंप में हैं, दूसरे कैंप में, ऐसा सब ऐसा नहीं है. I cricket fans है. Of course, I want to see Mahendra Singh Dhoni play. He's like one of my biggest idols in the cricketing world. So if he plays another season, I would love it. And this is he is playing IPL, okay? And you guys need to understand that IPL is nearly club level cricket. Okay, the way yes, it is on a much bigger scale. There is much more money in it, and because of that, there are stars. But if you have to categorize it, it does not even come in list A or first class. It is
यप.
just it's a private league, so it's like club cricket. सर जिमखाना एक दूसरे जिमखाना के साथ खेलता है वैसा ही है. दे आर
पर
नॉट
इतना
एसोसिएटेड विद
पैसा
एनी
इन्वॉल्व
क्रिकेट.
है. आप बोल रहे हैं कि मतलब वर्ल्ड इंडिया का T20 वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड आईपीएल के फॉर्म पे डिसाइड होने वाला है, तो श्योरली देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंस गिवन टू इट.
Yes, there is importance given to it, but then you see like Rishabh Pant calling back his players because he's upset with the umpire, and that happens
वो
in
तो
club
गली
cricket.
क्रिकेट हो गया, वो तो क्लब क्रिकेट भी नहीं, वो तो मैं
हाँ,
गली क्रिकेट भी
that's
बोल
what
रहा
I'm
हूँ.
saying. We've seen Dhoni walk onto the field himself in the past.
दैट ऑल्सो हैपेंड अगेंस्ट द सेम ऑपोजिशन. वो भी राजस्थान के अगेंस्ट ही हुआ था. सो राजस्थान
Yeah,
हैज बीन अनलकी एंड ऑन द सर्विंग साइड दोनों मैचेस में. बट एज वी स्पीक CSK has also set a good power play score 51 for 0 at the end of 6 overs. लास्ट ओवर हसरंगा के लास्ट ओवर ऑफ द पावर प्ले कॉन्वे ने एक छक्का मारा, गायकवाड़ ने एक छक्का मारा. So CSK good start chasing a target of 174, 51 for 0.
absolutely. I expect them to chase this down if they don't lose any wicket by the ninth over. The rate at which they're going, it
Yes,
should be an
there's
easy win
another
for them.
user, Avidal. Avril, thank you for tuning in. And he's saying that the only player in CSK who can lead his state in CSK apart from Dhoni is Ruturaj. And Ruturaj is also leading Maharashtra. He's saying that he is one of the potential futures. उनका स्टार्टिंग में फॉर्म अच्छा नहीं था बट लास्ट मैच 99 टुडे आल्सो 28 नॉट आउट सो फार डू यू थिंक ऋतुराज
Yeah,
इज द नेक्स्ट कैप्टन
yeah. Ruturaj has been captain of his domestic side. So it's either they pick from their current crop or they go into the next auction to buy a captain. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy to buy a captain because the players have been distributed already. Like the big guys are gone.
आपने
So,
जिंक्स कर दिया धवल ऑलरेडी एक विकेट गिर गई एज सून एज यू सेड 9th ओवर तक चलेगा गायकवाड गेट्स आउट द पोटेंशियल फ्यूचर कैप्टन गेट्स आउट टू शहबाज अहमद आई थिंक यू आर वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट जिंक्सर्स
yeah, no
so
man,
Aviral, you
that
were talking
mantle is
about
held by Abhishek Mukherjee.
Ruturaj being the captain. Shehbaz Ahmed, sixth bowler for RCB, gets his wicket.
Hmm.
And the good power play जो हम बोल रहे थे CSK का 51 for 0 that CSK loses his first wicket.
Ruturaj was in my fantasy team, man. I was hoping
I
that he
think
would
सबकी
do well.
fantasy team में होगा after last match especially. Captain नहीं है आपका तो
Yeah,
फिर भी ठीक है but yes I think his percentage for everyone's fantasy team
मैं
will be
आज
very high.
भूल गया कैप्टनसी चेंज करना. ट्रांसफर्स भी नहीं किए, कैप्टनसी भी चेंज नहीं किया. बस ऐसा मनमौजी होके खेल रहा हूँ मैं. Do you play fantasy? Do you play the long form fantasy or do you play
No, I
the
play the daily format in
you
Green
play
11.
the
I don't
daily
play the
fantasy? Ah, okay. So that is just like buying a lottery ticket. Honestly, that's what I feel. I don't play the daily fantasy because that's very less like you are playing 11 players from the same team.
yeah.
There is no long term strategy, and also personally, I don't find it as enjoyable as the long form fantasy. So, which is why I have Ruturaj in my team, but I'm not captained him because I forgot to change captain and stuff.
Perfect. So Shahbaz gets the first wicket. Now मोइन अली जो अपना रिटर्न बना रहे हैं सीएसके के पहले ही बताओ आप खुश थे जब मोइन अली को ड्रॉप किया यू रिटेन्ड हिम एंड देन यू बेंच हिम देन यू गेट सैंटनर bowling wise okay but getting Santner to bat at number 3 I think Santner ने न्यूजीलैंड या अपने क्लब क्रिकेट के लिए भी नंबर 3 पे बैट नहीं की and a very surprising move again CSK has not sent in Moeen Ali they've sent Uthappa in with
90
Conway.
referee combination, no?
Yes, probably that is the only issue. But were you happy when Moeen Ali was benched?
I was frankly unaffected. Like मेरे को ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ा.
But क्यों? Moeen Ali was so crucial with to CSK and their last year's win.
I mean, Moin Ali may have felt bad, but I think it's nice only, yaar. If you're not in form, तो बैठ जाओ. Aviral is saying Moin was injured. Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's why he was benched. You know.
But अगर आप देखोगे भी, if you look at Moeen's form, his form was not great. तो अगर there was still some clarity, मतलब मुझे तो अभी भी लग रहा है कि he was benched only. That injury एक बहुत common concern है कि निगल हो गया, back spasm हो गया. ये बीसीसीआई भी चलाती है, इंडियन टीम में भी चल रहा है. So I'll be very surprised if it's not the case. Because they retained him, he was not performing. कभी bowling नहीं मिल रही थी, कभी कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. अविरल कह रहे हैं एक वीडियोस में था, so it might be possible. But still, sending Santner at number 3
Was
did not make
was
sense.
this I have here? Was this a Vijay Shankar kind of injury or was it a real injury?
Perfect. और was it a रहाणे और विराट कोहली टाइप जैसे विराट कोहली का साउथ अफ्रीका में हुआ था सेकंड टेस्ट में ही वाज प्रैक्टिसिंग वन
Hmm.
इवनिंग बिफोर अगले सुबह ही डिड नॉट प्ले द टेस्ट मैच
I feel like Virat Kohli rarely gets
सर
injured.
सुशांत पूछ रहे हैं कि कौन जीत रहे हैं भाई लोग आपका क्या क्या ओपिनियन है इसमें धवल व्हाट हु डू यू थिंक इज विनिंग सो फार
It's too early to tell,
बट यू नीड टू
honestly.
प्रिडिक्ट यार मतलब एंड लास्ट बॉल पे तो कोई भी बता देगा
प्रिडिक्शन तो
तभी
मैं
तो आप
बोल
यहाँ
रहा
वीडियो में
हूँ
बैठे
कि फिर CSK have a decent batting till about one more wicket because इसके बाद out of form players है काफी सारे.
बट
But
मुझे आज लग रहा है कि आई स्टिल रिमेंबर व्हाट जडेजा डिड टू हर्षल पटेल
हाँ,
in last year's IPL, 37 runs of that over when Harshal
yeah,
Patel actually won the purple cap. So I expect Jadeja to come back to form today. Matlab, I am putting my money on Jadeja today. कि
If he gets to
बैटिंग
bat,
करनी है,
yeah.
आज चलेंगे.
Meanwhile, Maxi is
And
back to
we lose
bowling.
another wicket. Uthappa has gone to Maxwell. मतलब Maxwell, Shehbaz, part-time spinners getting the wickets for RCB. Uthappa gone on one run. तो Uthappa, Shivam Dube, they started out very well for CSK. I would say बहुत अच्छी start हुई थी. But now that dip in form is surely showing. Shivam Dube not even part of the starting 11 now. तो overall, I'm not sure अगर शिवम दुबे भी इंजर्ड है या नहीं या उनको ड्रॉप किया है. अगर आपको कोई आइडिया तो वो भी बताइएगा प्लीज बिकॉज आई थिंक दैट्स अ
I
ड्रॉप.
was uh, I was speaking to someone and who works with one of the teams
ओके कौन सी टीम.
and with Delhi, and they're like Shivam Dube का bowling इतना खराब है. Like when it comes to T20 cricket at this level, Shivam Dube is bowling. He told me this before that 25 run over that he bowled. Like 10 minutes before that over, if you remember in one of the earlier games, Jadeja bowled one over short and Dube bowled. I don't remember against whom. He was some 25 or 28 runs in one over. And 5 minutes before that, he's like, we were just discussing, all rounders in Indian cricket, seeming all rounders. I said शिवम दुबे अच्छा है मारता वारता है. He's like भाई उसका bowling देख बहुत ही खराब है. And he was right. Like he just was bad. And he'll hit the deck and all, but to what end? He doesn't have too much
लेकिन
pace.
जब
He
बेन
doesn't have a
हार्दिक
lot of
वाज
speed.
इंजर्ड ही वाज नॉट प्लेइंग इतने सारे आए मतलब ये पेसर्स ऑलराउंडर्स जो मतलब मेरे हिसाब से इंडिया शायद कभी खेलते ही नहीं. जैसे शिवम दुबे हो गए, विजय शंकर हो गए. आई नो शिवम दुबे एक टाइम पे सीएसके के हाईएस्ट स्कोरर थे दिस सीजन. ही वाज स्टिल ड्रॉप्ड एंड अविरल हैज कंफर्म दैट शिवम दुबे कम से कम इंजर्ड नहीं है. शिवम दुबे इज ड्रॉप्ड. So to all our viewers watching, tuning in, do subscribe to Sports Taaza. We have Couch Pundits as well. Do subscribe and check out the channel. So yes, Aviral confirming that Shivam Dube is dropped, and
And
now we
like the
finally get
start,
to
more
see Raidu again. मतलब
likes.
ये राइटी लेफ्टी कॉम्बिनेशन कब तक मेंटेन करेंगे तो मोइन अली कब आ रहे हैं.
Uh,
सी मैं
when
बहुत
Conway gets
एग्जांपल
out.
ले सकता हूँ जैसे कल धवन धवन राजपक्सा थे. बोथ लेफ्ट हैंडर्स डिड वेरी वेल फॉर पंजाब. तो मतलब इज इट ओनली दैट लेफ्ट राइट कॉम्बो का मतलब ओवर एनालिसिस जो हो रहा है और डज दिस
It's a
एक्चुअली
coach
मेक सेंस कि
decision,
मतलब.
no. And here is why here surprised with Jadeja dropping captaincy क्योंकि ये T20 क्रिकेट है. इसमें कैप्टन ज्यादा करता नहीं है. ओके. ये लोग सब मतलब प्री डिसाइडेड रहता है कि ये ओवर ये डालेगा, ये ओवर ये डालेगा. अगर ये बैटर आया तो इसको मैचअप अपना अच्छा है तो ये डालेगा. The dugout is right there. They have all the data with them. So there is no point in really having a captain take decisions because you don't
But the
need to
thing
do
is,
that anymore.
I'll tell you one thing, धवल जहाँ मेरा थोड़ा डिफरेंस है कि जितने भी मैचअप्स हो गए जितने भी एनालिस्ट बैठ गए कोच डग आउट वहीं हो. क्रिकेट में एटलीस्ट इट्स स्टिल अ कैप्टन्स गेम. लाइक कैप्टन विल कॉल द शॉट्स. ही मे गेट द हेल्प और ये हेल्प पहले से मिलती आ रही है कुछ नया नहीं है. पहले मैसेजेस बॉटल के नाम पे ड्रिंक्स के नाम पे एक्स्ट्रा ग्लव्स के नाम पे भागते हुए आते थे. अब कुछ टीम सीक्रेट कोड यूज करिए बट स्टिल द कैप्टन हैज टू डिसाइड. सो इट कैन नॉट जस्ट बी डेटा गाइडिंग यू.
Tell that to Owen Morgan.
आई थिंक मॉर्गन हैज चेंज दैट एंड थोड़ा रेवोल्यूशनाइज किया है बिल्कुल टू यूज दैट डेटा एंड बी सो रिलायंट ऑन डेटा. बट स्टिल यू आर सीइंग द कोड्स. यू डोंट नो इफ मॉर्गन इज एक्चुअली टेकिंग दैट डिसीजन और नॉट. वो हमें भी नहीं पता आपको भी नहीं पता. सपोज कोड कह रहा है कि एग्जाम्पल रसल को बॉलिंग कराओ एंड मॉर्गन गिव्स द बॉल टू नरीन. वी थिंक ओ द कोड इज नरीन बिकॉज ये सीक्रेट कोड हमें नहीं पता. खाली मैकलम को पता है, नेथन लीमन को पता है, मॉर्गन को पता है. But still, we don't know what the actual shot is, who's calling the decisions, and still the captain takes the responsibility. It's his decision after all.
I guess. But I don't think captains are going to go against coaches so often and so easily.
Why not in the IPL? If you look at any Indian captain, they're bigger than the coaches. Everyone is a brand in themselves. So I would say coaches का मतलब they're ex players. They surely have that. But the captain जो अभी जितने भी
And it's
captain है
not
दस
just,
टीम के.
it's like the whole coaching team, right? It's not just one guy. So ऐसा मतलब captains don't go rogue also. वो लोग सब टीम
तो
स्पोर्ट खेल रहे
कैप्टनसी
हैं,
आपके
इंडिविजुअल
हिसाब से
नहीं खेल रहे।
कैप्टन मतलब कि कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है फील्ड में, मतलब अगर कोई कैप्टन नहीं भी होगा तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला.
नहीं फर्क पड़ेगा ऑनेस्टली, लाइक सीरियसली
But,
टी20
but
क्रिकेट
I'll
में,
tell you, a team like
आईपीएल में तो
CSK,
बिल्कुल फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा।
बट a team like CSK जो धोनी कहते हैं कि वो डेटा रिलाई नहीं करते, वो अपने एनालिस्ट से, मतलब 2018 में एनालिस्ट आया था, 2018 से 20 तक उनकी कभी एनालिस्ट के साथ मीटिंग भी नहीं हुई, मतलब ही डजंट हैव द टाइम फॉर दैट. Do you think Dhoni also relies too much on data, or he
Dhoni
relies
does
on
his
his
own
instincts?
analysis, no? Why do you think Dhoni is Dhoni? Why do they say he is like a big cricket brain? Because he has that aptitude. He literally knows every batter's weak points and strong points. कि कौन सा bowler किस batter के साथ अच्छा रहेगा. He doesn't need the data for it because he has done his own observation and homework.
But why not mix the two? मतलब you can still
I'm
combine
sure
the
he
two. मैं नहीं
will.
कह रहा कि खाली आप
I'm
एक चीज
sure
100%
he's
यूज करो.
look, he's pretty smart, so he's not going to deny analysts. He's not going to be like तुम लोग जादू टोना कर रहे हो, मेरे को ये सब काला जादू नहीं चाहिए और मुझसे दूर रहो. Yes, they might have done away with it, whatever, but there's still people working in the background gathering that data. Is that run out?
Yes, Aviral, and I frankly agree that Dhoni is exception, not the rule. And I think the ideal approach is using both. Like you cannot rely on just data, or you cannot rely only on instincts. It's best that and with technology coming in, I'm sure ये और होने वाला है कि एक
With
combination दोनों का
data, you
लगेगा.
have a measure of failure. Like
ये
if you
these
use
are
this data
matchups,
7
these are
out of
data.
10, then
मतलब
you will
इसलिए मैं
succeed.
कह रहा हूँ इस पे आप पूरा rely मत करो. आप use करो,
When you
then you
bring
see कि आपको
instinct
क्या
into
finally
it,
decision है.
look, you know statistics, right? Like you
Yeah.
seem like a guy who knows statistics. If you're going to instinct into data and take decisions based on instinct, then your data is worth nothing. Because
The
at
thing
what
is,
point are you going to be
these
like, I'm
things
going to trust my
can
instincts
be
over the data?
modified और can be adjusted on data. मैं नहीं कह रहा कि यार खाली इंस्टिंक्ट पे चलो, कभी कभी खाली इंस्टिंक्ट पे चलना ही बहुत अच्छी बात होती है, रिजल्ट मिल जाते हैं, बट जस्ट using data and backing your decision with data can certainly help you, even if it's psychological benefit कि आपको लग रहा है कि हाँ ये
It's
proven है, मैं
like
कर सकता
this.
हूँ.
It's like this. An instinctive decision, a good decision, but it will be called a good decision if it works out. But you
Correct.
know, a decision should not be judged on the outcome,
I agree, you should never
right? You
decision
can't be like,
decide or
मैं
judge
मैं
something
आज
only based on the result.
इरफान पठान से ओपनिंग करवाया और
Bilkul, that is a valid point. So to tell all our viewers right
you
now,
know,
CSK is 72 for 2 after 9 overs. The first strategic timeout has been taken. So target of 174. They need 102 run 11 over में. So it's roughly 9 का required run rate. And we'll come back to the data versus instinct topic. जल्दी आएंगे. But to all our viewers watching right now, do subscribe to Sports Taaza. Thank you for tuning in, even on a Wednesday evening. सो धवल, एक और चीज़ मैं आपसे पूछूंगा. अविरल कह रहे हैं कि मोइन से पहले राइडू इसलिए आया बिकॉज राइडू इज बेटर विद स्पिन. डू यू एग्री विद दिस?
Moin versus Raidu over spin. Yeah, Moin likes the pace on the ball. He likes the ball
Yeah,
coming onto the bat. So yeah, and Raidu is a proven T20 player for CSK. So there's वो दो पे आएगा, चार पे आएगा, वो floater है,
पर दिक्कत क्या है अविरल
and not
धवल,
the
मतलब
bad
कि
kind
मैं
of
अब
floater
अगला
which you cannot.
अगला do you send जडेजा इन और do you still send मोइन इन? लास्ट मैच धोनी वॉकड इन बिफोर जडेजा. आई नो वो 19th ओवर था, एंड दैट इज व्हेन ही वाज द कैप्टन. इससे पहले जडेजा यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज बैट अबव धोनी. So I don't know what the batting order is going to be next because you have three hitters. You have Jadeja, Moin, both left-handers. Conway is batting right now, so that is one interesting question. क्या होने वाला है? Sports with Bros is also here, and they're saying hello, hello guys. Aviral is saying that database decision fall apart if anyone is having a bad day. That is when instinct take over. It is more consistent. Definitely Aviral, and जैसे मैं पहले भी कह रहा था, मतलब पता नहीं कि कौन कितना खाली डेटा 100% पे डिसीजन ले रहा है. So yes, if it is a bad day, even instinct can get thrashed, badly thrashed कि यार आपने उसको कैसे दे दिया जब डेटा ये कह रहा है. So हम लोग इंस्टिंक्ट पे बहुत जल्दी डिसीजन और फाइनल रिजल्ट पे जो जज करते हैं ना, सो दैट इज एन इशू श्योरली. Pushpa Singh just joined, just curious about the DKLBW. Was it not umpire's call when he was given out and half of the ball inside the line and generally is pitching given as umpire's call? So was it a out or not? Dhawal, what is your take on this?
Um, I trust the computer on this because that's all we can do. If the computer says it's pitching outside, then it's pitching outside, even though it may seem visually, yeah, this is zyada andar hai. But like you guys remember, they changed the rule about the stumps also. They used to count it till the bottom of the bail. Now they've included the
Yep.
top of the bail also as being within the stumps. So if it was half below the bottom of the bail, only then it was considered as hitting. अदरवाइज इट वाज अंपायर्स कॉल, ऐसा सब होता था. तो इसका मेरे को रूल एग्जैक्टली नहीं पता कि पिचिंग के लिए क्या काउंट करते हैं, बट वॉट एवर इट इज जो स्क्रीन पे
Got it.
दिखा है वो
Shashant is also saying
मानने का.
that
तुम लोग हर
रोहित
एक
शर्मा
वॉल
भी
में
पिता
कर
भी
रहे हो.
चलते हैं, 5 टाइटल जीत चुके हैं. सो इसके बारे में क्या कंसर्न है आपका? धवल, व्हाट डू यू से अबाउट दिस? मतलब देयर इज
देख,
ऑलवेज
मैं
टू
ना
डिफरेंट.
रोहित शर्मा के बारे में बात ही नहीं करता है. अगर मैं रोहित शर्मा
क्यों
के बारे में
बोल रहे
बात
क्यों कि
करेगा ना
रोहित
तो
शर्मा
लोग
के
मेरे को
बारे में
आके
बात
बोलेंगे
करें?
यू आर अ विराट कोहली हेटर.
हम्म.
अगर मैं विराट कोहली के बारे में बात करेगा तो बोलेंगे यू आर अ रोहित. बट पीपल फेल टू understand, and this is something that we at Couch Pundits have been constantly trying to tell our where we go, that we are just fans of the game. As fans, not by we, I mean everyone over here, just fans of the game. And as fans, the only contribution we have to this sport is to enjoy the success of them and, I guess, be sad when they fail. But if you're going to be happy when they and be sad when they succeed, then you're not a fan anymore. You're just like a sadist guy. You know, what are
एंड मैक्सवेल
sadists?
गेट्स अनदर विकेट. राइडो इज
Yeah.
गॉन. जो अभी बात हो रही थी, राइडो इज ग्रेट अगेंस्ट
Oh.
स्पिन एंड मैक्सवेल गेट्स इट बोल्ड. Maxwell getting 2 wickets, 1.4 overs, 6 runs, 2 wickets. Maxwell is absolutely killing it. So,
Hmm.
Aviral, I'd like to answer this question, which is what's your view in umpire's call? I think if we rely on tech, we believe it in fully. I agree. तो इसमें थोड़ा concerns हैं. अब जैसे नो बॉल खाली टेक्नोलॉजी दे रही है, बट दैट्स ओनली फॉर फ्रंट फुट की जो है उसके ऊपर है, हाइट की अभी भी नहीं है. वाइड अगर हो रही है उसकी भी नहीं है. सो आई थिंक ग्रेजुअली वी शॉर्टली सी द शिफ्ट. अब जैसे सॉफ्ट सिग्नल हट गया कैच आउट्स में. अगर कैच हुई है, पहले सॉफ्ट सिग्नल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता था. इफ द थर्ड अंपायर कैन नॉट ओवरटेन और कैन नॉट हैव सफिशिएंट फुटेज और व्यू टू ओवरटर्न द सॉफ्ट सिग्नल ऑफ द अंपायर, तभी चेंज होता था. अब सॉफ्ट सिग्नल ही बंद हो गया. अब थर्ड अंपायर ही डिसाइड करेंगे. सो दैट आई थिंक इज अ गुड डिसीजन. I personally see technology having a larger role in giving wides, in giving height no balls as well in the near future. Probably in the next 2 years that will happen. That will further streamline things. So yes, Aviral, we should, अगर हम technology ला रहे हैं, we should believe it in fully. And I think human error जब भी लगता है और अगर heavy situation में हो जाए तो काफ़ी बुरा लग सकता है. Technology is also not full proof. I remember एक आरसीबी के मैच में फाफ को बोला गया था बीच में अराउंड 1-2 ओवर के लिए कि डीआरएस अभी चल नहीं रहा है. तो व्हाट इफ उसके बीच में कोई बहुत क्लोज कॉल होती, आरसीबी वो श्योर और वो नॉट आउट देता. इफ फाफ वांटेड टू रिव्यू इट, दैट इज आल्सो एन इशू. मतलब आप कहते हैं आप
He could.
पुरानी टीम को 20 ओवर के लिए मिला, मुझे 2 ओवर के लिए नहीं मिला. सो टेक्नोलॉजी इज आल्सो नॉट 100% प्रूफ. दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव अ ह्यूमन एलिमेंट. एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस विल कंटिन्यू वर्किंग बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजी कैन नॉट रिप्लेस ह्यूमंस. सो आई एग्री अविरल दैट यही मेरा एटलीस्ट ओपिनियन है. धवल, एनी कॉन्ट्रडिक्टिंग थॉट्स?
I want to give my opinion on this as well. I feel as far as buyer's call is concerned, it is only with Kai or whatever it is called now.
Yeah,
So, and the way this technology works is it maps the trajectory of the ball till impact.
करेक्ट.
When it
एंड इट्स अ
comes to
प्रोजेक्शन
no
बिकॉज वो बॉल
balls,
असली में
wide
कहीं नहीं गई.
balls, exactly. When it comes to no balls, height no balls, front foot no balls, everything, you have the information in front of you. Like it is visual.
या
कि ये नो बॉल है कि नहीं
उसमें
है.
आप
एंड
एक्चुअली जो
देन
हुआ
इट
आप
इज अ
उस पे जज
डिस्क्रेशनरी
करते हो.
कॉल.
just to explain to our viewers कि
Exactly.
wide no ball
So
में
over
आप
there,
actual
it's
देख
a
के judge कर
completely
रहे हो.
different thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas when it comes to LBW decisions, mapping the trajectory based on way the ball pitched and all, but also on the way it was captured in the cameras. So maybe
correct.
2 years down the line or 5 years down the line, you'll be like, no, we don't need cameras. We can just put a sensor in the ball and that will give us a trajectory. So, which is why to count for that error within the technology also, umpires call it, and I think it's completely fair.
ओके वेरी डिफरेंट दैट यू थिंक एम्पायर्स कॉल होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से जैसे शॉर्ट सिग्नल हटा है आई एक्सपेक्ट एम्पायर्स कॉल भी ग्रेजुअली हट जाएगा लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस बट ऑन दैट
क्योंकि
नोट
प्रोजेक्शन
पुष्पा
है ना,
अगर
इट्स नॉट लाइक यू आर सीइंग द बॉल हिट द स्टंप्स एंड देन टेकिंग अ डिसीजन.
या नहीं आई गेट योर पॉइंट आई एम नॉट डिसएग्रीइंग ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ डिफरेंट स्कूल ऑफ थॉट जैसे डेटा और इंस्टिंक्ट्स की बात थी सो देयर टू एक्सट्रीम्स मतलब एक एक्सट्रीम एंड पे धोनी है एक एक्सट्रीम एंड पे मॉर्गन है मैं कहूँगा रोहित शर्मा कहीं बीच में सो येस एवरीवन हैज़ अ डिफरेंट स्कूल ऑफ थॉट आपका है कि एम्पायर्स कॉल है अविरल के जैसे टोन उन्होंने पूछा क्वेश्चन मुझे लगता है वो भी मानते हैं कि एम्पायर्स कॉल नहीं होना चाहिए मेरा भी ये ओपिनियन है बट पुष्पक अविरल चचान थैंक यू फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन डू सब्सक्राइब टू बोथ द चैनल्स स्पोर्ट्स ताज़ा एज वेल एज काउच पंडित
लाइक द स्ट्रीम गाइस, लाइक करो. क्या कर रहे हो तुम?
Yes, like, comment. It's going great till now. But Pushpak is suggesting can we try a 2007 strategy for the World Cup? Drop the big names who aren't in form, given chances. So, Pushpak, I don't think the big players were dropped. They actually opted out because पहला T20 World Cup था. They were not sure कि ये format में क्या होने वाला है. It's not that the BCCI dropped them. It was more a call. And this Sachin has said in his biography as well with Boria Majumdar, who has been the controversial topic today because he is banned for 2 years by BCCI, and I think that's a great decision also. But
That's the
we'll come to
second
that
thing I
later.
wanted to talk about. We'll address it after this.
नहीं नहीं बोलो बोलो अभी बोलो.
What do you think? Huh?
What do you think on what?
What Yapu think? What Yapu think? What do Yapu think about this whole Boria Majumdar scene?
See,
Maybe
you
chat can
cannot.
tell us what they think about Boria's banning. Frankly, I did not like the guy's face from the very beginning. Okay, like eh,
But well,
he
he
when I
wasn't an
saw him
actor.
for the first
You
time.
don't. You're not meant to like his face. You're meant to like his work. You're meant to like the way
No,
he
no, no, no,
writes.
no, no, no. Like I don't mean I didn't like his face, like the way he looked. When I saw his face, I was like, I don't like this guy as a person. Like he seems like a slimy person.
Yeah.
And welcome Aditya in the chat. Aditya is like a statistician, works with Cricinfo and stuff. And
Okay, hi Aditya.
I'm glad that
First time I'm seeing you on our
he's
channel. Our channel is Sports Taaza. We also do daily IPL, and today we are in discussion with Couch Pandit with Dhawal. Yes, Dhawal, please continue.
uh, is hey man, truth is a defense to defamation. You're speaking to a lawyer, and it is true that I did not like his face when I saw it. Like when I saw his face, I was just like, no, this guy, there's something wrong with this guy. So I didn't know who Boria Majumdar was till like 2 years ago. Okay, two
But
years
he wrote
ago
Sachin's
when I
biography, and that
became
was such a huge hit.
more,
How do you not know his name?
yeah, I just didn't know who the guy was. Like I didn't know Boria Majumdar existed until 2 years ago. Yes, I may have been living under a rock. मैं क्रिकेट देखता था, मेरे sources of information थे ESPN, Cricinfo, Crickbuzz, whatever. I don't know if I can take the name. Harsha Bhogle and strangely enough Gautam Bhiman point. That is
Mm-hmm.
where I used to get my cricket information from. And no idea who the hell this guy was. And then I kept hearing Boria Majumdar, Boria Majumdar, Boria Majumdar everywhere. I was like, oh, this guy must be good. Like, you hear his name everywhere. Then I
Yeah.
saw his face and I was like, नहीं 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 नहीं, ये गलत है, ये गलत में ही गलत लग रहा है मुझे. इंटरनली वो एक फीलिंग आती है ना कभी किसी को
Hmm.
देख के.
हाँ, that
एंड
proper evil look जो होता है ना मतलब जैसे कहते हैं कि
या
so yes, Chachant is also saying poor batting by Raidu and Thappa. Well was against spin, but gave wicket to part timers. Yes, absolutely. अभी तक तीनों विकेट Chachant part timers ने ही लिए. एक शहबाज ने दो मैक्सवेल ने अभी भी वेरी रिसेंटली मैक्सवेल गॉट एन एज ऑफ मोइन अली, फोर ज़रूर चला गया पर अगर स्लिप होती तो डायरेक्टली कैच होती. सो यस,
I feel like we should stop calling Maxwell a part-time spinner. He's
he is a part-time spinner. You look
when
at
he's
the
on.
last 8 matches he's played for RCB. He's not bowled more than 15 overs in total till now. So I will call him a part-timer. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And Aviral is saying that soft signal is banned in IPL. Yes, it still exists in T20, but probably IPL मतलब जैसे एक ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड है यहाँ पे decisions I hope they're tried out here and implemented in internationals as well. So I would want the same thing to be further implemented if it works out, if it has been successful, and I think it fairly has been successful till now. क्योंकि बहुत सारी कैचेस दिखी हैं जिसमें कंट्रोवर्सी नहीं है, वर द फिंगर्स बीनीथ, वर दे नॉट. अब टेक्नोलॉजी आप 10 बार रिप्ले देख के स्लो मोशन में नहीं बता पा रहे. हाउ डू एक्सपेक्ट द एम्पायर टू वॉच इट इन रियल टाइम विद द नेकेड आई एंड गिव दैट सॉफ्ट सिग्नल. और अगर वो सॉफ्ट सिग्नल आउट होता और क्लियर आपको नहीं दिख रहा है पर श्योर नहीं है तो वो आउट ही रहता. बट एटलीस्ट आई एम गुड, एटलीस्ट दैट्स नॉट हैपनिंग नाउ. बिकॉज मैं अगर स्लो मो में देख के 10 रिप्ले लेफ्ट एंगल राइट एंगल फ्रंट एंगल से देख के नहीं बता पा रहा हूँ. आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट द एम्पायर टू जस्ट tell that same decision in real time when the player is probably standing 50 meters away from him.
Agreed.
Dhawal, I'll let you answer this question. Our weakest no innings costing the game for RCB happened last game as well. 50 zarur mari, but today also.
uh, um, how do I put it diplomatically? Yes, yes.
Yes, इसमें
If
डिप्लोमेटिक
your
क्या था? इसमें तो मतलब ये तो बहुत
opening
अपफ्रंट आ
batter
गया.
is not, I can't. It If your opening batter is scoring at less than 100 and he's taking up half the innings, what is happening to your team? Like, you have to understand 50 balls in a T20 game is nearly half the innings.
Yep.
In half the innings, teams have scored 100 runs. This guy is struggling to get to 50. So it is a problem. And because of that, the others around you are. This happened with KL Rahul when he was the anchor for Punjab, right? KL Rahul is not naturally used to that game. He molded his
करेक्ट.
game
बट
because nobody else in
उसमें मैं एक
Punjab
इशू
was
बताता हूँ कि
performing.
नेचुरल गेम अलग बात है. केएल के नीचे कौन आ रहा है दैट, क्योंकि पंजाब हैज अ लॉट ऑफ डिपेंडेंसी ऑन द टॉप 3 बैटर्स जो आरसीबी में इतना नहीं है. मैं कहूंगा क्योंकि नीचे मैक्सवेल है,
Oh,
नीचे डीके
oh,
है.
oh.
नहीं है सर, मैं आपको
RCB, I
ऑनेस्टली
mean,
बोल रहा हूँ, आरसीबी
this
हसरंगा को अच्छे से
year,
यूज नहीं
there's
कर
some
रही.
semblance of a bat. This year, RCB has some semblance of a batting lineup, but otherwise, last year it was Kohli, AB, and
So we talk
Maxwell.
about this
That's
year
it.
only. Well, till 2 years before, Kohli's strike rate was never a concern. His average was never a concern till 2019. इसी आईपीएल में, लास्ट आईपीएल में थोड़ा कंसर्न आ रहा है. एक मैच था जब आरसीबी का मिडिल ऑर्डर कंप्लीटली अनकैप्ड 3 प्लेयर्स थे व्हेन दे वर प्लेइंग रजत पाटीदार, शहबाज एंड सूयश. फिर उन्हें सूयश को हटाया. तो मैं कह रहा हूँ क्योंकि एक तो आरसीबी हसरंगा को विद द बैट इज नॉट यूटिलाइजिंग प्रॉपर्ली. हर्षल भी है जो बैट कर लेते हैं, डीके भी है, सो यू हैव गुड डेप्थ. पर इफ कोहली इज टेकिंग अ लॉट ऑफ बॉल्स देन यू गेट, जैसे आई वाज पर्टिकुलरली वेरी हैप्पी विद टुडेज मूव ऑफ मैक्सवेल गेटिंग प्रमोटेड क्योंकि विकेट 8वें ओवर में गिरी. अगर उसमें भी रजत पत्तेदार को भेजते और वो अगर 15 ओवर तक खेल लेते फिर कहते हैं यार मैक्सवेल कब भेजेंगे, डीके कब भेजेंगे, बाकी कब आएंगे. सो यू नीड अ फ्लेक्सिबल बैटिंग ऑर्डर जिसमें विकेट नहीं, नंबर ऑफ ओवर्स पे आप प्लेयर्स को भेजो. दैट मेक सेंस.
I agree.
Aditya is saying, and
But
he is talking about Aviral, that he scored tons of runs in the Vijay Hazare, and this is with Aviral saying that it's a fun fact कि ऋतुराज ने आईपीएल से पहले ही अपना बैटिंग स्टांस चेंज किया, इसलिए वो स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे. ही इज लिफ्टिंग इट बैट हायर. बट अविरल लास्ट मैच में जब 99 मारे तब भी बैट हाई था. मतलब ऐसी बात नहीं है कि शॉर्ट बॉल सब नहीं डाली. एंड दैट वाज अगेंस्ट अ टीम विच हैड मच बेटर फास्ट bowlers and who could bowl much better with the short balls as well. But Aditya is saying that वो same Vijay Hazare में भी कर रहे थे. Dhaval, any take on this?
uh, I don't know when he changed. Seems to be some debate about this in the chat, and I would
Correct.
generally encourage such debates. So please continue and give us proof of when he changed his stance. If you can
हाँ,
get a
because
sound
Aviral
bite
कह
from
रहे
him,
he
even
changed
better.
it for the IPL Aditya कह रहे हैं कि that he changed it in the Vijay Hazare as well, and I personally am not sure when that happened, so I don't want to comment on something I don't have the knowledge about. So it'll be great,
But
overall
let's just
great.
assume. I see when it comes to Ruturaj Gaikwad, I am very sure that this guy is like the वो है ना, वो ऐसा साइलेंटली हम लोग सब बात करते रहेंगे ओपनिंग में, पृथ्वी शॉ, शुभमन गिल, ये वो फलाना ढिकना, यशस्वी जायसवाल, देवदत्त पडिक्कल, quietly Ruturaj is going to come into the Indian team and just cement himself there, you know, and all these guys will be thinking हम लोग इतने talented है, हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. This is the kind of player I think Ruturaj Gaikwad is. He was ignored for a really until the
Yeah.
last, I think, 2 years ago when he had a breakout season, or last season was sort of his breakout season in the IPL, when everybody
But
took
well,
sat up
एक
and took
चीज है,
notice.
मतलब I know there's sufficient talent. I'm not doubting Ruturaj at all. But if you see, Venki also had a very good last season, and we're seeing what's happening this time. मैं बोल रहा हूँ last season में नहीं, उनका तो last half season ही था. He was a half season wonder, जैसे कहते हैं ना, one season wonder. Venki was a half season wonder. But what's happening this time? Now he's benched. एंड अगर
Yeah,
हार्दिक फिट नहीं होते, महीने पहले हम बोल रहे थे कि वेंकी इज अ शॉर्ट स्टार्टर फॉर इंडिया. नाउ ही इज नॉट एबल टू प्ले फॉर अ आईपीएल फ्रेंचाइजी.
Venkatesh Iyer was an experiment. Honestly,
सर, पर डिड
it
एन
was an
एक्सपेरिमेंट.
experiment that worked for Calcutta. It worked really well for Calcutta. Uh, for the role that they wanted him to play, he does it in domestic cricket as well, but he plays at the top of the order
या.
in domestic cricket. Now, when he was made to play at the top of the order in IPL, where it's the bowling standards may be like 20% higher than domestic level cricket. I know I said like it is club level cricket earlier, but yeah, you have international bowlers bowling to you. So he has not done well, and maybe he needs a little more time. बट इंडिया के लिए खेलता था ना, तभी उसको फिनिशर का रोल करवाते. वो नहीं करता है, वो फिनिशर नहीं है. इज अ टॉप ऑर्डर बैट हु कैन बोल अ लिटिल बिट, एंड
बट
बोथ दोस थिंग्स नीड टू बी
जो आप
डेवलप्ड
देखो,
स्टिल.
यू कैन बोल अ लिटिल बिट. बीच में रोहित शर्मा wasn't making him bowl, Shreyas Iyer wasn't making him bowl. So do you play him just as a batter? If you want him as your sixth bowling option, तो bowling तो कराओ यार. You can't just give him the 20th over and that is his first over of the match. I think that's very stupid. बट अविरल एक बहुत क्रूशल पॉइंट बोल रहे हैं, दैट एटलीस्ट वेंकी को बैकिंग नहीं मिली सी एस के में, मतलब जैसे ऋतुराज को बैकिंग मिली है. बट अविरल, दैट वाज when Ruturaj proved himself over last season, over the last second last season के last few matches,
No,
even
no,
Ruturaj was dropped.
no, that's
एक
not
टाइम
true.
था.
That's not true.
मैं वही बोल
CSK
रहा हूँ कि
had
ऋतुराज
faith
was
in
dropped,
Ruturaj
ऐसी
for a
बात नहीं है
while.
कि ऋतुराज wasn't dropped. जब ऋतुराज और जगदीशन ने खेला था, both of them played jointly for CSK, and both of them were dropped, and धोनी said कि हम youngsters को chance देंगे, but they need to grab it. But then जब CSK was out, ऋतुराज को last three IPL matches में लाए थे, and he scored three consecutive 50s. But even ऋतुराज was dropped, and last season he was the orange cap holder, so he was performing after the first three matches. And this is correct. I did not want to interrupt you then, but Aviral is saying he plays at number 5 for MP. मैं MP में ढाई चुका हूँ, तो मुझे पता है कि when he plays at number 5, he doesn't open the batting for MP. Aviral, that's correct. And
But
Pushpa
does
is
he
saying,
did he play at number five? He played that role for KKR, or was he always playing at number five? He used to
he was
play. He
always
didn't
playing at
open
number
the
5. He
batting.
was always, no, no.
He didn't
No, no,
open the
no.
batting for
I have
MP,
seen
but he
him
used to
before
play
the
higher up the
IPL,
order.
before last season, and even after last season, मतलब इस season also 2021 के domestic
Ah,
season में he was playing at number 4 or number 5 only for MP.
right.
So Pushpak is saying thing with Indian fast bowling all rounders. Yes, I don't think we still have an Indian fast bowling all rounder because Hardik's fitness is still a concern. एक चलता तो दूसरा बैठ जाता है, बिल्कुल यही है कि ऑप्शन की कमी है. जैसे मैं बोलूँ बॉलर्स में मैं 10-12 गिना दूँ वो दो स्पॉट के लिए जो compete कर रहे हैं बुमराह के साथ. स्पिनर्स में भी 7-8 लोग हैं. And then that note, Hasaranga gets Conway. Conway is out on 56. So
Oof.
CSK score 109 for 4. I know बहुत off topic जा रहे हैं, बहुत बाकी बातें कर रहे हैं. Not too much about the match, but I think that is what cricket and IPL is all about. एक topic शुरू होता है, दूसरा topic कहीं ना कहीं से link हो ही जाता है. And we are still short of time, short of topics. अभी भी इतने सारे topics हैं जो हम बात कर सकते हैं. Coming back to when did he actually change his stance? Aviral is saying he's changed it before. And Aviral has answered that he changed it just before the West Indian series when he played one match. So that is before the IPL. and not in the domestic season.
Hmm.
And Aviral is also giving a very bold statement that Ruturaj will be the next Shikhar Dhawan, good but underrated. Aviral, I'd also like to ask you, do you think Shikhar Dhawan deserves his spot in the Indian T20 World Cup squad or not? He scored 365 plus runs. We don't have a left-handed batter. Ishan Kishan pe hope thi, but we know how that season and how Ishan Kishan has gone so far. So do you think Shikhar deserves to be in the squad or not? What do you think, Dhawan?
शिखर मैन इट्स एन आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट ले लो ना
बिल्कुल.
तुक्का है क्या ही होने वाला है
I think that just sums it up very beautifully. Shikhar is surely an ICC tournament person. He's performed in each and every one. So I would like to see Shikhar Dhawan in the T20 squad. Shashant is also saying that he can be in the squad, may not be in the 11. I agree. अभी तो squad पे भी doubt आ रहा है शशांत पक्का नहीं है कि वो squad में भी होंगे या नहीं होंगे because you have KL Rahul Rohit as openers. So yes, पहले squad is the first step. Then is the playing 11. अगर squad में नहीं होंगे तो playing 11 का क्या फायदा है? Aditya is also mentioning a few players: Abdul Samad, Venki, Varun, Jaiswal, Moin, Noge. He's talking about all the retained players that were benched this season. Yes, Moin Ali भी इस list में है. मतलब पता नहीं bench हुए थे, injure हुए थे. So yes, what do you think about this? Did teams get it wrong with their retentions?
um Hyderabad really messed their retentions. Captain could
See,
have
there were a lot
retained
of
maybe
questions
here
from
or there.
Imran Malik's retention. After the first 6 matches ना इमरान मलिक की भी retention को बहुत doubt आ रहे थे कि यार क्या कर रहा है. He just has pace, no control.
No,
पहले
no.
6 मैच में 1 विकेट ली थी. And then he just got back to form. 3 wickets, 4 wickets, 5 wickets, back to back.
Umran Malik is a great retention for Hyderabad, but I feel they could have easily retained Rashid Khan over Kane Williamson. No disrespect to Kane Williamson, but he is more replaceable than Rashid Khan is. Because what do you need? A batter. You can put two batters in place of Kane Williamson, two Indian guys, and they'll be able to do the job. But you will not be able to put four bowlers and they'll be able to do Rashid Khan's job. They just
I
can't.
absolutely
Like
agree. I
Rashid
absolutely
Khan
agree.
is like a unicorn.
नहीं मैं
तो
मानता हूँ कि
उसको रिप्लेस करना बहुत मुश्किल है.
इनफैक्ट वन रिटेंशन आई एम particularly very happy about is पंजाब में अर्शदीप सिंह, not Mayank. Mayank hasn't performed
Yeah,
last match yesterday.
absolutely.
Like people are saying कि अर्शदीप को क्यों retain कर दिया, क्या हो गया, मतलब ठीक है डेथ में इस season he's not getting wickets. He's only taken 4 wickets so far, but his economy at the
But
slog overs is the best so far. So yes,
his economy at the death is incredible. वो Yorker, he's bowling Yorkers on demand.
on
And now you
demand.
have to understand that the attack that is surrounding Arshdeep, Rabada has come in only after a few games. And you
Correct.
see Rabada is picking 4 wickets every game. How is that happening? Because Arshdeep at the other end, obviously supported by everybody else also, but they're bowling in a good partnership. You can't take runs off of
Absolutely, I get
Arshdeep
that
over,
point.
and batters are being forced to hit Rabada, and it's just lapping up those wickets for fun.
Correct. I think similar case for Sunil Narayan also. He's not getting the wickets, but he's certainly building the pressure, and his economy has been very good for KKR. Avaril is saying that the best format for both Shikhar and Ruturaj will be one days. Yes, that may happen. But Avaril, अभी मतलब एक क्रिकेटर के लिए 2022 वर्ल्ड कप आ रहा है, which is unfortunately the T20 World Cup. So I don't think Shikhar and Ruturaj both would want to wait, especially Shikhar because he has age concerns as well. So just the vibes, yes. पुष्पक इज सेइंग कि हाँ हम वन सीजन वंडर पे थे. पुष्पक हम वेंकी के लिए तो वन सीजन में नहीं, मैं हाफ सीजन वंडर ही कहूँगा. दुबई में ही चले थे बस. द थिंग दैट इज मिलिंग इज मिस्ट्री स्पिनर. यस, दैट वाज वन टर्म विच वाज यूज्ड वेरी वेरी हाईली. बहुत हुआ था, केसी करियप्पा के लिए हुआ था. वरुण चक्रवर्ती की मिस्ट्री है. ही सेड ही इज वर्किंग ऑन 10 मोर वेरिएशंस एंड नाउ ही इज बेंच्ड. आई थिंक गिविंग हिम सफिशिएंट टाइम टू वर्क ऑन द वेरिएशंस.
Ah, but वरुण चक्रवर्ती का मस्त स्टोरी है यार. लाइक वो कहाँ से आ गया.
कहाँ से आ गया? एंड एब्सोल्युटली, एंड आई
कहाँ
थिंक last season he was so instrumental in KKR. He took 20 wickets. India squad में आ गया. Fitness was never. He's fit. I don't think he can field. बिकॉज फिटनेस का हमेशा कंसर्न रहता है, लगता है कभी कभी मुझे तो लगता है चलते चलते ना गिर जाए यार, मुझे तो बहुत डाउट होता
Yeah,
है
he's
उसमें।
not, but he's not been a like an athlete for so many years, no? Like
करेक्ट।
when you look at players like Shreyas Iyer, वो लोग 5 साल की उम्र से क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं।
बट नाउ
स्कूल
यू
में क्रिकेट
कम्पीटिंग विद
खेलते थे,
दोज
कॉलेज
प्लेयर्स
में
ना, यू
क्रिकेट खेलते
कम्पीटिंग
थे,
विद
और
दैट
फिर इंडिया के
स्टैंडर्ड,
लिए
तो
क्रिकेट खेलना चालू किया।
आप एक्सक्यूज नहीं दे
Where-
सकते कि मैं आर्किटेक्ट था पहले, मैंने 30 साल में खेलना शुरू किया, दैट डजंट मैटर, देन यू आर लेट टू द पार्टी बट यू नीड टू मेक योरसेल्फ फिट।
Yeah, but it was just one of those things where he rose through the ranks based on his bowling performances. And what we don't see is the trials that happen, the scouting that happens, the net bowling that happens, where he has obviously performed. He has caught the eye of a lot of professionals, and
करेक्ट।
he's been given opportunities where he has taken them. He
एंड
cannot
इफ
be,
यू
you
सी
cannot expect.
इंडिया के भी जो दो बड़े प्लेयर्स थे, कोहली एंड धोनी, वरुण चक्रवर्ती was getting both of them out for fun, like जो भी मैच होते थे केकेआर के अगेंस्ट सीएसके, धोनी could not just read what Varun Chakravarti was bowling last year. So
Exactly.
yes, I'm
And
not.
now with the data available, like people are being able to read him
Yeah,
slowly. So you need to give him some more time. Okay, he'll come up with something else because that is his
correct.
job.
Yeah,
And if he cannot, he'll fade away. If he can, then he'll continue again till somebody else figures him out. So
बिल्कुल।
it's just going to be that cycle.
I agree, and Aditya is also saying that another feather in Varun Chakravarti's cap is कि last year IPL postpone करवाया, KKR final तो पहुंची. So yes, Aditya, that's true. To all our viewers who are just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We are today in talks Sports Taaza collaboration with Couch Pundit. So if you're new to any of the two channels, do check out both the channels. Do subscribe to Sports Taaza. Do subscribe to Couch Pundit. And Chitrant is asking that can Umran take place of Bumrah Shami? I honestly don't see in this year. मतलब मैं नहीं चाहता कि यार उसका करियर फास्ट ट्रैक कर दो, ही फेल्स एंड देन ही जस्ट लूजेस कॉन्फिडेंस एंड ही इज गॉन। गिव हिम सम टाइम। अब जैसे आपने अभी VC की बात की, वरुण विजय, he started playing cricket late. Umran started playing cricket at the age of 17. He's not played a lot of domestic matches, not had experience. लास्ट ईयर आईपीएल में भी 5-6 मैच खेले, अभी तक हर मैच खेल रहे। बट वही, यू कांट फास्ट ट्रैक एवरीवन्स करियर कि मतलब एकदम सडनली स्क्वाड में ले आओ, एक मैच दो, ही स्ट्रगल्स, यू थ्रो हिम आउट एंड देन यू जस्ट फॉरगेट अबाउट हिम। सो
Not
लेट,
everybody is Sanju Samson, right?
या बिल्कुल।
Uh,
Sushant is saying that Rabada is a world class bowler. He can take wickets for any team. Yes, that's there.
yes.
Pushpak is also saying that Wesley did any first place retention work for any team. Just use it. Russell maybe like in one match for his 4-0, but no other. We just spoke about Arshdeep working. He was the first retention choice. I'd say Surya Kumar also for Mumbai. He was also the first retention choice. But the first thing, if you mean only the 16 crore bucket one, so yes, we can surely look at the list. But कोई नाम आ रहा है दिमाग में धवल?
Rohit. Rohit was
रोहित कहाँ
there.
चले यार? मैं
Virat.
बताता हूँ हर टीम का। दिल्ली में ऋषभ पंत है, ऋषभ पंत नहीं चले। चेन्नई में
Jadeja.
धोनी, जडेजा थे एक्चुअली, जडेजा भी इतना अच्छा सीजन नहीं रहा है। मुंबई के लिए रोहित, नथिंग टू ग्रेट। केकेआर के लिए रसल, नथिंग टू ग्रेट। एसआरएच केन विलियमसन एज अ कैप्टन, यस आपने कैप्टनसी की वैल्यू जीरो कर दी, बट एज अ बैटर ओपनिंग द पावर प्ले नो। आरसीबी में कोहली, नो। पंजाब में मयंक, नो बिकॉज मयंक इज स्ट्रगलिंग। आई थिंक वन आरसी, राजस्थान में वैसे फर्स्ट इंटेंशन जो है संजू थी, नॉट बटलर। आई थिंक संजू इज वर्किंग, मतलब ही इज अप हिज स्ट्राइक रेट, ही इज कमिंग अप टू बैट, कीपिंग
No doubt.
ब्यूटिफुली, गेनिंग हिज कंपोजर। एक्चुअली यू कैन सी दैट जैसे बहुत डाउट थे संजू सैमसन की कैप्टनसी को लेके, पर वो पंत वाला मैच हुआ, लास्ट मैच में भी बहुत वाइड दी गई, बट यू सी ही
Oh,
स्टिल maintaining his cool, maintaining his composure. So yes,
absolutely.
पुष्पक इज ऑल्सो सीइंग चहल एंड कुलदीप हैड द सेम इमोशन। धवल ये कहाँ से आ गया? बिल्कुल कि वरुण चक्रवर्ती कौन है, कुलदीप स्पेशली बिकॉज वरुण चक्रवर्ती took Kuldeep's place only in the KKR lineup. Kuldeep was benched for a long, long time. And Chirant is also saying Venki and Mistry are very bad fielders. KKR is embedded squad with unfit players. Now Rinku and Anukul are making for it. Shishant is asking any words about Rinku Singh. Dhawal, I'll let you answer that.
Riku Singh has been in my consistently for 3 seasons now because he's been a free transfer, and I was very happy when he finally performed. He has a great story, comes from humble backgrounds. Uh, very
But why is
hardworking
it that
guy.
all of
What
us
his story
like
is.
people with humble backgrounds or like people with struggles? Matlab, what is it about them?
It's a great. It's an emotion story. No, it's like relatable in
And
the sense
I'll just stop
because
you on that human
there
emotion
is a
part
majority of
very
us who are
quickly
not.
because Harshal Patel has got Jadeja's wicket. He's taken his revenge of that 37 over we are talking about. And मैं बोल
Marshall
रहा था
Patel has
Jadeja
taken a
I think
wicket.
will perform today. Not to be. Jadeja is gone. 3 of 5. And CSK has a tough one on the hand. 52 of the last 4 overs. So yes, I'd say thank you everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you Dhawal. On that note, we'd like to end our watch long. We would want all of you to watch the match. Last 4 overs left. हमारी बात की जगह अब मैच देखो 4 ओवर बचे सी एस के नीड्स 52 runs to win. They have 5 wickets, so it's going to be an interesting match. I am favoring RCB now. Dhawal, what's your pick just before going?
Yeah, RCB. I think they're gonna take it. The Harshal bowling, it's gonna be very difficult. We'll need a Dhoni special or Moeen Ali.
हर मैच में धोनी
Has to
स्पेशल
be one of
एक
these guys.
होप है क्या? They still have Pretorius left who can bat a bit, but Dhoni has not had a lot of strike. He's yet just in, and we know Dhoni likes to take his time once he's in. So that is surely
Yeah,
going to be one concern for CSK. So I'm backing RCB to defend 52 runs of the last 4 overs. And Moin Ali is there, 24-20, though the owners will have to be on Moin to actually bring CSK home. But on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in. Do subscribe to Sports Taaza, do subscribe to Couch Pundits. Thank you, Dhawal. Thank you for this
thank you,
interesting
man.
conversation. Hopefully, we'll do more of these. Good, pleasant 1 hour. And thank you to all our viewers, especially I'd like to name Aviral, Chichan, Pushpak, Aditya. You've been so consistent with your questions asking us, and that keeps us also engaged. हमें भी अच्छा लगता है वरना बोर हो जाता मैं धवल की कितनी बात सुनता. So yes, that makes it interesting for us as well. Dhawal, thank you for tuning in, and
Thank you for
let's
having
see
me.
who wins this.
Yeah,
Will it be Faf over his ex-franchisee, or will it be Dhoni back as captain? So on that note, I'd like to end the stream. To all our subscribers, all our